Hello. I was supposed to count us in, but I didn't. Hi, welcome into tonight's episode of Star Trek Adventures: The Last Frontier. Uh, this is our third season of this amazing campaign that I'm very excited to tell a story and share with you all. And like we got everybody here tonight. I'm just so happy.
The gang's all here.
Every turn.
But we've got an amazing cast. We're rip roaring and ready to go. I'm excited to tell a story in a Star Trek. And what we'll do some quick cast. Who you are, who you playing, where you not necessarily where you can be found, but just sort of what's up with y'all. And we're gonna start with we'll start with Captain Arthur Rubin. Captain.
Oh my goodness, that's right. It's me, Captain Arthur Rubin, who uses they them pronouns and will be portrayed by myself, Milan, or Mallard Man, who uses he and they pronouns.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Taru.
Hi, hello. Yes, I am Osarix Franco. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Taru, the Vulcan scientist. Her pronouns are also she, her. And you can find me on the internet, all of the places at Osarix Franco. And I'm really excited to be back.
And next up, we've got Wasa.
Hey everyone, my name is Wasa. I use all the pronouns under the sun, and so do my two characters, Admiral Nilani Salen and Dr. Sava Ren.
And last but certainly not least, we've got AJ.
Hey, what's up? I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me all over as Husha_Kid. And I am playing Ambassador Dr. Oh God, my Ambassador Dr. Tixel Tix, who uses he, they, and also Uthru Zarelqueth, he, him.
Listen, if I knew my characters were going to end up having kids, I wouldn't have made such a complicated last name for my NPC.
It's okay.
Stop making NPCs attractive and great.
That's fair. That's true. And hi, I'm Anita. I'm your GM for this evening. My pronouns are she, they. And I play characters that are a myriad of different pronouns and permutations in the humanoid experience. Yeah. So last time, who wants to start us off with a last time? For the record, something that we're doing that's a little bit different this season is momentum. It does reset every episode. So we are starting fresh with no momentum. But I will offer a shiny point of momentum for a recap of the last episode.
I suppose I could give a brief one.
Heck yeah.
Do it.
All right. We caught up primarily with our protagonists of the last season. I think we began with Dr. Tix, if I'm recalling correctly, in their admiral office on, I believe it was Earth. They had received a strange bit of code that was brought to attention by their new receptionist from their ambassador position. This little fragment of code took a little bit of time to decipher, I believe, but inside it contained an incomplete program as well as a bit of a poem. I don't have the poems written down, unfortunately, but it seemed to only have been one stanza.
Correct. And now I have to bring in an NPC called Commander Butts. Thanks, Noir.
Well, I guess we found out what my science officer is named.
Continue.
After that, I believe it was Ruben next. Ruben is now in command of a vessel, the USS Antioch, a Vesta-class starship with a strange crew that is recently docked in Starbase 5 to pick up new cadets and people. Conveniently, they also managed to receive a message around that time that was their eyes only, which contained, strangely, a stanza of a poem as well as a fragment of information. Luckily, you know who's great with computers and also happened to be stationed on Deep Space Five at that time was their good friend Admiral Nilani Salen, which is a development. Seems that in the intervening years, Nilani had undergone the bonding ritual that some Trill do and been promoted to Admiral. We also learned that Nilani received another one of these strange parcels of code and information. And after a long while, the three friends had been reunited. They were just catching up when they managed to meet a strange new person straight out of Starfleet Academy, a new ensign named Uthru Zerelquith, a very familiar name to all of them, who had just beaten Admiral Nilani's former high score in the holodeck. After some mild existential ribbing and some veiled comments about knowing parentage, the three of them managed to stop harassing Uthru for enough time for them to make a plan to begin to decipher and hopefully contact where Taru and Sivan are currently, as they have no clue about their current whereabouts. But as they are trying to find their friends, something happened to the station. It seems that a strange spatial distortion appeared a little bit outside of Deep Space Five, and a power blip affected the station. After some investigating and some action, it deems that the ambassador what might have been under threat, and their bodyguard decided to try and take them back to their office. Little did we know this bodyguard was actually a changeling in disguise who stabbed the ambassador. But luckily, the ambassador was found quickly and sent to the medical room of Dr. Sava Red. And I think that's where we
shot them. I
did also shoot them.
It's true. Tix did pull out a disruptor pistol and blew the arm of the changeling clear off. But it's okay, they'll get better.
I think that's everything, if I'm remembering correctly.
So, actually, is there anything that I forgot?
Everyone was kind of split up. Admiral Nilani went back to their office to kind of figure out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
They were informed that it was a changeling that was
you were informed by Tix, correct?
Informed by Tix
Correct.
that he was attacked by a changeling, and
we sussed out that that there was another message from old mate from Section 31.
The old mate from Section 31, Idris, sent Nilani the third stanza of the poem that he was sent.
And then we briefly met Dr. Saba Ren.
Yeah. Who is the up-and-coming young medical assistant of the USS Antioch. And we had a little bit of a preview of the after-credits scene with a engineer that is a Bajoran engineer that looks vaguely familiar to some of the folks from the senior staff of the Solstice. But no one's actually interacted with them just yet. But with that, let's jump into, I guess, tonight's episode of The Lost Frontier.
Momentum, please.
Yeah, I'll give you your momentum, you greedy jerks. You're not greedy. You earned that very, very nicely. So the camera shifts away from Starbase 5. It's almost like the way that the camera does this to illustrate the passage of time is ships almost work in reverse. It's like someone's rewinding the footage pans back to Earth, to Okinawa, Japan, to one of the arcologies, where Dr. Teru is currently living with her wife, Savan, the former chief engineer of the Solstice. Teru, what does your morning routine look like with Savan?
Taru wakes up hours before Savan does. She gets up. She starts making, making sure the replicator and everything is kind of set up. She works on some of her papers, reading through different analysis of colleagues in her office. She does some light meditation before eventually bringing a cup of coffee into the room and setting it on the nightstand next to Savan and letting the smell of coffee be the thing that gently wakes her. By the time she's up, Savan has gone through the shower, is dressed for the day, and preparing for whatever she has that day.
Savan comes out of the room, is dressed. You've got a note with a memo from one of the Starfleet liaisons that works with you at Daystrom, from Commander Butts, just letting you know about the itinerary for the day, any meetings that you've got going on with Starfleet Command, and any sort of like updates on current resources that are required and research that you're undergoing. Something to note, Teru, a lot of the research that you had underwent on the Solstice is now very firmly under lock and key by Starfleet security. That was something that we might have forgot to mention in our recap, but that's okay, is that Nara had disappeared after the incident on Mars, which is the synth uprising that basically burned the planet and Utopia Planitia. It's since been rebuilt, and they're starting to do like more shipbuilding there. But a lot of the research regarding Nara, a lot of the research regarding the temporal anomalies have been very thoroughly confiscated. And you all remember the day that it happened. It's that Starfleet came and seized everything and put it all very firmly behind security seals that even Nalani has some problems getting all of it. Nalani has some access, but it's all. So you've been doing your best, I think, over the past little bit to sort of affirm some of the research that you had been working on. And Commander Butts, since during that missive, says, unfortunately, I've been unable to make any headway regarding unsealing the documents that you've been requesting.
Taru will watch this. When it gets to that line, she'll release a sigh, and kind of trying to turn it into something productive, like a stretch, you know what I mean? But she is visibly irritated at this.
Savan just has come out of, like, the cold shower, is dressed in, like, athleisure, like yoga pants, and, like, a racerback tank, about to do their workout for the day. She brings the coffee cup back in and sets it on the counter. Problems? You got that thing that your forehead does.
I do not.
That one right there, the little dimple in between your eyebrows. In time,
It's
this is
fine.
about 2 weeks previous. The Chiron will come up with 2 weeks earlier.
It's fine. Just,
They
another
denied your
Butts
request
memo.
again.
Another Butts memo full of nothing but crap. So, yes.
Really, I am regretting teaching you that phrase. Um, puts
I still find it rather amusing.
puts the cup into the kitchen replicator and presses a button. Shimmers and vanishes. I'm about to start my workout for the day.
Right.
Are you heading into the office?
I am. There are several tests, some simulations I would like to run, and some additional work that would be easier to do from the office. But I don't anticipate it being a very long day. Did you have plans for this evening?
One second. I don't. I think I'm just having dinner with you. I think I was gonna cook that recipe that Tix gave me.
I did like that.
It was like some sort of bean stew, I think. I feel like I was able to find all the ingredients.
Have you received any messages from Uthru?
Yeah. Just got itinerary, some, I don't know. You know how he is. I got the usual "I am alive" message, and here's his itinerary, and he is
I would have
eating.
thought all of those creative writing classes that we would have given them would, spark some sort of inspiration.
You'd
Perhaps it
think,
will just
honestly,
take time.
but
Literally, itinerary just says woke up, workout, ate. Like,
and
just
then there's a
bare
picture.
minimum.
There's a picture of his lunch. He's like posing with it in front of a replicator, so like we know at least he's eating on that ship. Or on the starbase? He's on the starbase right now. Yeah, Starbase 5. They've got him posted
Yes.
there before he ships out. It looks like he's
What's so funny?
I just took the liberty of figuring out what ship he's on.
You're using your "it's funny but it's not funny" laugh.
Just slide the data pad across to you and see. Looks like he's being posted to the Antioch. Of course.
This is good. Captain Arthur Rubin has definitely grown since we last knew him, and though there might be differences at play here, it will be a good experience for him to kind of face an interpersonal adversity, grow character.
Wow. That is like
Savan.
Are you really?
You're right. We hate him. We hate him. We really, really hate him.
Thank you. Listen, he had a chance to help us, and he didn't.
I know. And I want you to understand.
That.
And we remember that.
We remember friends that abandon us. Savan sort of stands up from like the stool it's like a nicely appointed kitchen. There's like a couple like little plants. It's very clean, I think. Despite Savan's best efforts to make it dirty, it stays clean.
I feel like it's this really wonderful balance between very streamlined and neat, but has a lot of comforts of home, right? Like the things that are out of place still feel very homey, right? The really like plush Afghan that's draped unceremoniously over the entire back of like a couch. I imagine that there are several cupboards that are left open simply because Savan can't be bothered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks lived in for sure. Like it looks like
yes.
It looks like a home.
Yes. But it's still very is still very tidy.
All right. I'm about to start hitting some weights, and you have a good day at work. And as she leans in to give you a kiss on the cheek,
Mhm.
she stumbles.
Yeah, True's gonna try and catch her. Are you all right? Savon, are you all right?
I'm okay. I'm going to write something down. And I would like you to
What?
also write this down.
What is happening? Is this the anomaly? You haven't had symptoms for
She grabs
oh
a piece of paper. She hands you, well, or a pad, and she hands you
yeah,
one.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
She writes something down on hers. What color were the flowers?
Orange. I'm pretty positive, and if I'm wrong, correct me, because True would absolutely not have forgotten, but I believe it was orange, pink, orange.
It was actually pink, orange, pink.
Thank you. I knew the colors, I just know if I had them right. But yeah, she absolutely would not have forgotten.
But when Savon turns around the pad, it says orange, pink, orange.
Okay. All right. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Are
This
are we fine?
I don't know.
Or is it happening again?
I don't know. But I promise that no matter what happens, you will be fine. We will be fine.
I think we need to find them. We can't trust Starfleet with this. They confiscated all our research.
I know. We
We haven't had one since we were on the solstice. And if it's happening again,
I had assumed that once we had solved the mystery of the anomaly, once we had removed its impact, the tachyon radiation, that it would dispel through the galaxy and we wouldn't have any resurgences. Something must have happened, some sort of refresh or last wave, but we won't.
or someone's messing around with things they shouldn't.
Yes.
Can you call out?
Yes, I can. She's going to squeeze Savon's hand a couple of times and go to a communicator.
We solve this together,
And
right?
always,
Just us?
if that's how you need it to be.
If we call in the others, they've got things that they have to do. Tix can't risk the ambassadorship. Nalani can't risk their career.
So, what are you suggesting, Savon?
I'm suggesting we take the shuttle that I've got in the bay and we try and find Nara. She's the only one that can help us. I'm I'm gonna call Uth. She grabs a pad, or she grabs a, goes to a console and types in. It buzzes. It's a face on the other end. Hey, kid. Listen, we gotta head out for a little bit, but you've got the emergency comm channel. It's only for emergencies, right?
Yes, I know. Only for emergencies. Uh, can I? Can I roll like insight
Yeah, absolutely.
on?
You know that by your mom's face that something's wrong. But I'll give it to you for free.
Just like, is it definitely at first just like very just, yes, I know, but it's emergencies only. You guys sure go on these trips at
It's fine.
are
Don't worry about it, Bug. I'm
are you okay?
yeah, I'm fine. Just had just a little bit of a rough night. I got into that bottle of Andorian sherry that I've been saving for a special occasion. Got a little hangover.
Stay away from that magnesium because last time you had that sherry, you started messing with magnesium
Yes.
in the garage. That's how I got this.
I know. And it's fine. I haven't done any more weird science experiments with base elements in a while. But all right. Be safe, kid.
Yeah. What am I supposed to say to the captain? Because I know you're like
well,
not.
I mean, you're not assigned yet. Sorry, Anita. Canonically, you're not assigned yet.
What?
This
Okay.
is 2
Yeah.
weeks
So I
previous.
would. Yeah. Okay. So
This
I
is
would.
the conversation that you were having in the flashback.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Tell mother I said hi.
Taru.
Yes, I'm coming. Oh, hi. Hello, Uthru.
Hi, mother. Just be safe on your trip, I guess.
We will, of course, always. Make sure that you spend enough time on the holodeck with others socializing. That's the best way to make improvements in your career is to make sure that you're visible, especially to officers.
Yeah, I'm planning on. I've been seeing people do the piloting
Oh, that's
holodeck
wonderful.
practice. I'm gonna beat that score. That score is way too high. I don't care if it is the admiral. I'm gonna beat it.
Please do. We'll see you soon, all right?
Okay.
Love you, kiddo.
Love you too.
Taru.
I love you.
Love you too, mother.
The signal cuts. All right. I'll get the shuttle prepped.
All right, just give me time. Let me gather some things. And send a memo into the office about being out.
Sabbatical?
I was thinking so. Yes. Perhaps I invited to give some talk, some space station in a far quadrant. Those things aren't unusual.
All right. It's gonna be okay.
We will make it okay.
We will. And that's where we'll end that scene. The two of you make your way to the shuttle, take your preparations, and you make your way towards the edges of Federation space. And after a bit of asking questions and perhaps making some notice, you find yourselves heading back towards Federation space, towards Starbase 5. Empty-handed. The shuttle begins to make its approach when on sensors. Savon's face goes pale. Do you see that?
See what? You need to describe it to me. What is it?
On the sensor sweep. I was just scanning towards the Typhon Expanse, just for... You see a new anomaly. This one shows up on ship sensors.
Can you... Where is that?
So, if I'm right, it's about where everything went pear-shaped the first time.
So either we have a new anomaly or something, some remnant has reemerged.
You both.
We need to...
We're making the approach to the station. There's... As much as I hate this, we're gonna make our way in for docking procedures. You see...
All right, but...
Looking out towards this sort of... this one is a Federation style space station. It's not like DS9 where it's those big interlocking rings. That's a Cardassian design. This one has like a top, like almost like a mushroom-ish shape, with like a spire that goes downwards. You look towards this marvel of engineering, of Starfleet engineering, and you see the lights that are normally illuminated from interior spaces like habitation portions, science labs, etc. The station is lit up 1 second and then dark the next. What the hell is going on over there?
I don't know. I don't know if we have the resources to be able to manage this, if it's beyond us.
Well, hopefully our friends in there do. Starbase 5, this is Shuttle Oberon. Starbase 5, come in.
Is that getting patched into us, or is that dead silence for them?
That's dead silence for them. Because, as you remember, comms are down at the beginning of the station. But from there, we'll cut to the interior of the station. The station currently is at yellow alert. As lights have not quite come back on yet. Repair crews are still working on figuring out what the problem was.
Nilani's making sure that in terms of any information security or just security in general, their channels are safe. There's nothing that is infecting their systems.
Nothing's.
And also
No, go ahead.
starting the protocol for like the changeling alert effectively.
Yeah, the alert goes out towards your security teams. They do know that there's an infiltrator on the space station. There is a rush, a flurry of activity, and you hear, Admiral, this is Ops. We've got ships that want to come in to the station. What? And we can't communicate with them. What do we do?
The lights are working.
The lights are, it's emergency lighting only. Life support is minimal at the moment.
Is there a way that we can manipulate the lights to give like a Morse code?
Yeah. I'll see what we can do to reroute power to the exterior lights to signal incoming ships. Do we want them to stay away, sir? Because any incoming ships or outgoing ship traffic is a way for infiltrators to get off the station.
That's my thought exactly. We can't increase the risk here, so we will just have to have them stand by. Once we get everything sorted, that's the best route. Make sure that if we get any comms back, if there are any specific emergencies, we can reroute them somewhere. We can figure that out when that happens.
On it, sir. And they'll cut communications. There is a tense pause, and you get another notification that says, we've been unable to establish any contact with the outer ships, Morse code or otherwise. We can't reroute power yet. Your GM rolled a 17 and a 19.
Oof.
It's gonna take a little bit, sir, but we've got it going. Is sir okay for Nilani?
Yes.
For honorifics? Okay, great.
Can we use Captain Ruben's ship as a kind of like a way to hop a message?
Signal relay through the Antioch. I believe their systems are unaffected. Let me see if I can relay actually a physical human being down to run this message to them.
Speaking about the ship, some protocols other than just blood screening that we've been doing is minimum 2 people are guarding the warp core, 2 people are guarding the central computer, and 2 people are guarding the fusion reactor, just to ensure that those 3 systems do not go down at any point or are prone to sabotage.
Key systems are being guarded. Savan sort of looks at you, Drew, and begins to run a scan. Looks like the station's lost power. Life support's on, but minimal. There's a ship docked. Oh, great. There's a ship docked, but their life support and systems are unaffected.
Unaffected? Are we able to
No, this is
try hailing
this
them?
This is Savan talking to Taru.
What ship is it?
You're gonna hate it. It's the Antioch.
All right. Well, if the power systems are out, they're very fortunate that they have the best engineer circling to dock. I suggest that we get down there as quickly as possible. I'm sure that we can explain who we are once we're there. But I suggest that we make an approach.
All right. I'm gonna hail. I hate this. I'm gonna. Mm.
Do you want me to hail the ship?
No, I can do it.
No, it's fine. And Charu's gonna go over to the comms and kind of like playfully slap her hand away as she's like reaching for it.
Like,
And remind me again what the ship's name was. Our ship's
Shuttle Oberon.
Oberon. And she's going to tap it. Hello, this is Ship Oberon, hailing the Antioch.
One of the ensigns. Captain, we've got an incoming hail from a shuttlecraft.
Shuttlecraft. All right, put it on screen.
Ruben, you see Taru on screen, and Savannah's trying to hide off to the side.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Question.
Yes.
How we've all said the descriptions of how much everyone has changed. How much
that's
has
true.
Taru changed?
Yeah, that's a good question.
This is a perfect opportunity. So as the ship kind of flashes into view, or the up on the viewfinder, Taru is standing there. She is in no kind of uniform. She's dressed very casually, in Earth civilian clothes, something that she has taken a liking to, a preference even, looking for subtle ways in which to express style. It's all very basics that she works with, but each has their own unique little flair to them. Her hair is shorter than it was. The sides are shaved, and it's a little more unkempt than before. She has aged some. Little crow's feet have started to show around her eyes, but realistically, she looks about the same. Her build has also shifted. She is less willowy and thin than before, and has clearly been hitting the weights with Savan as well. And seems more confident than before, something that just kind of exudes rather than waiting to be asked. There is a presence of she is here to do something, rather than being, need to ask to do something. And as she kind of flips up, she'll raise a Vulcan brow. Good afternoon, Captain.
Oh my goodness, Taru?
That is correct. I am thrilled that you remember me. It has been some amount of time. How are you?
I'm fine, and a little bit of a crisis right now. What's...
Yes, it seems that the space station's power has been cut off. Life's support systems are minimal at the moment. We would like to dock and begin to enter the space station to offer what assistance we can.
Sure, I can authorize a landing.
Excellent.
Why don't you land in our shuttle bay first?
I believe that will be adequate.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'll have someone guide you in. I'll just have whoever is our flight controller at the moment do so.
That will be unnecessary. I think we can manage on our own, thank you. But we will be docking shortly. It's good to see you. And she will cut the communication before Savan can throw any dirty fish shakes or anything. And then we'll turn and look at Savan. I didn't buy all of those diplomacy books for nothing.
We can make it on our own. It's nice to see you. Oh.
I understand that this is upsetting and off-putting, but right now we're in a crisis and we must work together. I know that you don't need me to lecture you. And she goes over and kisses Savan on the forehead.
Savan's frown.
Now please take your opportunity to show off for Ruben how well you can land this ship.
All right. Bringing us in.
This is not going to be fun, but after the hailing closes, Ruben's going to call a security team to meet him in the shuttle bay.
I love it. I think it's wonderful.
all the meanwhile, Uther's just like bumping to like a Walkman or something. Not a care in the world.
Uther, you get approached by one of the station security. Hey, you're posted to the Antioch, right?
Yeah.
I need you to relay this pad to the captain or to their comms officer. Probably their comms officer. Just we've got to make sure that shuttle traffic around the station gets taken care of. No ships are allowed to dock yet.
Okay.
Yes. Just relay these orders from the admiral, and they rush off.
Okay. I guess like Uther just grabs his duffel bag of just his stuff and just starts heading over to the Antioch.
You make your way in. Your first time embarking on a ship. That you've been assigned to.
It's like right before like going in through the hatch is just like, okay, they already know who you are. It's fine. It's not like they're gonna put you in engineering or science. You are a pilot. You are not just Taru's kid. And we'll go into the ship.
Okay. You make your way up to the bridge, and you can see Captain Reuben, I think, is seated center chair.
I'm an ensign, right? I
You
think.
are an
Hold on.
ensign. Ensign.
Yeah.
Ensign Uthru.
Ensign Uthru on board.
Ensign. All right, good.
You have a message from the Admiral.
Message. I will look at it.
Your orders are to coordinate traffic around the station, put people in holding patterns, do not let any ships dock, because any ships that dock or disembark can potentially harbor our unwanted guest. I believe. Sorry, I kind of took that away from you, Alani.
No, it's all good. You did good.
I'm going to look around for my first officer. I don't know if Gier nearby.
Yeah. Your Vulcan first officer. Let me look up the name of your NPC.
Sovek.
Yes. Sovek. Zhisher pronouns. Vulcan got that bowl cut. That's very popular among Vulcan folk. Kind of tall, thin, fairly androgynous but mildly masculine presenting, but Zhisher pronouns. Captain.
Commander, I would appreciate if you would carry out these orders. Uthru, walk with me, actually.
Okay.
Yes, Captain.
And I will take the ensign to the med bay and just like gently prop you forward. Go ahead and do a full scan on this one. Make sure they're not actually a changeling, and I'll just keep walking.
What? Is Tick still in there?
I think so, actually.
God damn it!
But so is Dr. Savarin, who would probably be performing the scan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tix is probably in a bio bed resting.
Yeah, I believe that we've sorted Tix out.
Yeah, Tix is sorted out. Just like I feel like just like at that last moment, it was just kind of like a push into
very much so.
Changeling. What?
Come with me, Dr. Ren.
Uth. Uthru, Ensign Uthru. Fuck.
It's quite all right. Just follow me and we can get this done. You'll be okay. And Dr. Wren will go and perform the scans and such. Is it just the changeling check, or is this
So
also
it's
like a
so
cheeky health?
It's a blood scan. I don't know. It all depends on with the captain.
I mean,
I think it's both. It's a blood scan to see if I am a changeling, and then if I'm not a changeling, it's a health scan because I need
yeah,
to
may
do
as
that
well. You got to
anyway.
do it at some point anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dr. Wren will gesture over to a place to start performing all of the procedures. Is it like a physical, like a needle thing, or
So the blood scan itself is just taking a hypospray, doing a blood draw, and then taking the vial out, shaking it around, and seeing if it changes to a fluidic state.
okay? You're not afraid of a hypospray?
No, I used to get
Bam.
them other. Oh God.
There's that quick
Love-
hiss.
Love them.
That
You're all clear.
God, who taught you ticks?
Yes, actually. He's just right over there, but probably not best to talk to him right now. We're going to perform the health scan next, and then you're free to go.
Why not make me a insight medicine?
Inside medicine.
Difficulty is
That's
1. It's
not
hard.
Sava. The fear of seeing Nilani's medicine and being like, why is there a 1 in the medicine? That is 2 successes.
Okay, that will give you a point of momentum. And health check comes back clear. Humanoid. DNA scans match Vulcan. Sorry, not Vulcan, a Romulan. In peak physical health, and is looks like just maybe slightly elevated cortisone levels, a little maybe stressed or anxiety. Cortisol.
Can't give another character. Can't give another character anxiety.
Just mild, just like really mild, but not mostly just because.
Definitely heightened. I don't know what it would be. Just like
Midichlorians.
nerves. Very much embarrassed because he flubbed up his name before. Trying not to look you directly in the eye because he thinks you're really pretty. And whatever chemicals those are.
And there's like probably a little table near where you're sitting, and like you kind of hear like a little jar being said towards you, and there's like little sweets there as well. For being such a good patient.
Thanks.
Not a problem. If there's anything that you need, make sure one of us knows. We're here to do the best that we can.
Right. What was that about? A changeling?
Oh yeah, that's apparently what's going on. How much does Dr. Wren actually know about what's going on?
I feel like that's up to what Tix would have said.
Well, I think, are the command level people keeping this hush, or are they actually like spreading the word?
I mean, I would have told my senior staff, certainly. So Sava would know, actually.
Okay. I think that, yeah, also has Tix said anything like that changeling stabbed me?
I don't. That's up to Tix.
Because I think that we only know that you got stabbed, and like Sava can put the 2 and 2 together, but it's like I'm not going to super assume everything's been happening. Well, from what it appears, there seems to be a changeling over on the star base, I think. They're trying to figure out what's going on, but we're making sure that everyone is who they say they are.
Right, that was in the handbook.
Mm-hmm.
Changelings haven't been spotted since the end of the Dominion War. It was thought that all of them went back to the other side of the world. The fact that there is one on this station is very concerning. And spreading the word too far could potentially cause a panic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Sava is quite measured when it comes to delivering like as clean of a message as possible and trying not to sound like concerned or showing that they are concerned.
Yeah.
We'll get a debrief later from the captain.
Yeah. Do you know where they... Am I supposed to stay here? Do I go to like an assigned room? I didn't get an assigned room. Do we get assigned rooms?
Well, it depends, but perhaps we can go see where you're off to with the commander or something, first officer, whomever. And Dr. Wren will probably talk to either the first officer or Ruben about everything being done and Uthru being cleared.
Sovek says, understood. Ensign Uthru, please report to the bridge.
There you go.
That's me. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm a pilot. I'm just gonna go.
It was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. You idiot. What are you doing? What are you doing? And we'll go back to the bridge.
We'll cut from there to our shuttle bay. Taru, you and Savan land, and there is a security team waiting.
I would also have gone there to welcome them.
And Captain Ruben.
As we deboard, Taru's gonna like purposefully take a step, like a half a step ahead of Savan.
Hold on. Before you two fully disembark, unfortunately, due to a situation, I am going to need a hypo spray of blood from each of you.
Why?
If you want, you could just say classified.
It wouldn't be the first time. I thought Savan said that.
No, you know what? Let's be upfront about this. Either you two are actually my long lost friends who I haven't seen in a while, or you just happen to coincidentally show up on the day that an imposter is running around, or one or both of you are changelings.
Friends?
All right. Do you want to get into this right now?
Yeah, let's get into this right now.
I don't know if now is a good time to be getting into it. Taru's going to look over at like all the security staff, and just kind of like do a polite wave.
Do we need to go? Yeah, you know what? Fine. Let's get into this right now. Sure. I don't think that you should have resigned from Starfleet in the way you did and when you did. All right. I respect that it's your decision, but I offered my advice at the time, and I feel like you didn't actually respect my opinion. You were mostly just trying to inform me.
Are you kidding me? I was well past my prime. I had undergone countless traumas. I was trying to let you know the easy way that I was leaving, and I tried to ask you to help me, and then you wouldn't.
Right, because your help definitely wouldn't have compromised the career of a freshly minted captain at the time. Certainly, by already having been a pariah for a multitude of reasons, helping someone who was about to blow up in the face of Starfleet Command surely wouldn't have done anything for my career.
Can't believe you. See, that's why we didn't want to come to Ruben.
I know, Savan. Ruben, what do we need to do to be on board?
It's the changeling test. You need a hypospray of blood, and then I need to swirl it to make sure it's not morphogenic matrix.
Ruben, make me a reason command.
All right. This is a 16 for me. I'm assuming lead by example, inspiration do not apply here.
No.
Yeah. But that is 3 successes with a 5 and a 6. Or no, that would just be 2 right?
Successes. It's not difficult. Yeah. You do know that the blood screening is one way to tell if a changeling is a changeling. The other way is to ask for very specific information from a person. And Savan has given you enough.
Yeah, I got the feeling
that it's them.
I think at this point, Ruben's a little bit like wants the blood screening just as a matter of fact.
Just as a point of pride.
Yeah.
Well, do you have the resources here, or are you going to take our potentially changeling forms further into your?
Set forth. I have the hypo, sir. I can.
Go ahead.
Clear. Resets it, reloads it. Clear.
All right. Now, would the two of you like to come and argue with me in my ready room?
Doesn't change, so we're good.
Yeah. All right.
And the blue blood's fine too.
All right. You all may go and resume your previous positions. Now, shall we go argue in my ready room? And shall I tell you about what's been going on at the station?
If you believe that is advisable.
Sure. And I will just let the both of them know what's been happening today as we go up to the ready room.
Sure. On your way up to the ready room, you will have to cross to the bridge. And around that time, you would see that there is a very familiar face who is currently talking with the commander. This will be your console. Violet's chair is right there. We'll have to talk with our operations manager in order to assign you quarters. As an ensign, you will be expected to share.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll have you bunked probably. Let me actually look up a Vesta class starship so I can see if I have plans. We'll probably have you somewhere near the lower decks. Just let me have a quick look. Probably deck 8. We'll have you bunking with looks at a pad. We'll probably have you bunking with. Looks like Ensign Short. They're another pilot. You'll probably like them.
Copy that.
But for now, if you like, you can take the comm. However, we won't be going anywhere soon. We're just in holding position.
Right. Because of the situation.
The
Let's-
turbolift doors open, and you see the captain has returned with two very familiar faces.
Captain is definitely still arguing with Savon in the entire turbo lift ride.
And I told you that I wasn't going to blow up on them. I was just about to try and tell them that the reason why we needed to declassify this information was so that Taru could complete her research.
I understand that, but I don't
You're a
have
scientist.
that.
You're an engineer. You should have known that anything that we built there was important and proprietary. We knew how to keep.
I fully get that. You don't think I had stuff going on that also got classified? You know,
Hello,
it
Uthru.
really sucked when that happened,
Rue's
but I
just gonna
sucked it
move.
up and tried to make a difference inside Starfleet.
I feel
Rue's
like
just moving around and like continuing to like move forward towards Uthru and the commander. Lovely to see you, dear.
Mother? What are you
Yes.
what are you doing here?
Well, I don't see why that needs to be anyone's business. Can't a mother simply stop by a decrepit old space station to visit her up and coming young son?
Yeah, I thought
Was
you
that
guys
good?
were
That was my sarcasm. Is it coming along? I've been practicing.
Yes, Mother, it's coming through. I thought you guys had an emergency trip. I didn't think it would lead to here.
Neither did we, but it seems that you are in a situation of emergency as well. She's going to turn back and look at Savon and Ruben, who are clearly probably still arguing.
Oh, they're still bickering. They haven't
Yeah,
stopped. In fact, I think they
Uh,
forgot that you existed and they headed into the ready.
correct.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
And she's going to look at the commander. I apologize. I was so rude. Dr. True. And she's going to extend a hand to the other Vulcan.
They shake your hand. They quirk an eyebrow a little quizzically at the human gesture.
Mhm.
It is agreeable to meet you, Doctor.
And you as well.
Commander Sobek. I'm the first officer of the Antioch.
I understand. This is, I am assuming there was some sort of assignment happening here. I won't interrupt it any further, but I will have you know that my son here is excellent and excels
Mother.
in many things. I'm
Mother.
sure that he will do a
Oh
fine
my
job here on
gosh,
board the
Mother. Oh my god.
But
Normally we do stick to the core on this vessel, but as you are a guest of the captain, some leeway is, I suppose, allowed.
certainly.
However, I would ask that you refrain from harassing my bridge officers
Oh,
until further notice. Perhaps when his duty shift has ended. You might meet
course.
in the mess hall. I believe it's on deck 5.
I apologize. It has been some amount of time since I was with Starfleet, and regulations are a bit hazy, not as clear as they once were. I appreciate your grace in correcting my behavior.
Uthru is just gonna stand up immediately. It's just like, permission to leave the bridge to go to my quarters.
Granted, do collect your things, and I will make sure that they are. I will make sure to inform Ensign Short.
It's just like, Mother, and just like fully, just like head
Ensign.
down, just like just like mother,
Mara?
commander, dismissed. Just like head down and just like leaving because both his mom and his mother just embarrassed him on his first day on the goddamn ship. His worst nightmare.
Commander, might I ask who's in charge of the space station?
That would be the Admiral, Nolani Salen.
Do we have communications directly to the Admiral at this time?
Unfortunately, comm systems on the station are currently down. We are sending relay messengers in groups of 2 to ensure messaging is sent efficiently and safely.
Understood.
Would you like me to send a messenger to relay?
Perhaps if you wouldn't mind sending me an escort. I am familiar with Admiral Nilani. We served together. I would like to be able to go offer my support in whatever the space station might require, as my partner is otherwise disposed.
Sovek looks at the door to the ready room. I will inform the captain of your departure.
Thank you. Is there an ensign that I could request? A doctor, perhaps?
Dr. Tixel is currently in sick bay. Would you like me to call them up?
I'm just afraid that perhaps there might be a medical emergency. Dr. Tixel would be adequate, yes, if he is available.
Ambassador Tix is currently convalescing in sick bay. However, this ensign can escort you there if you would like to have a word.
Convalescing. Oh, that's right. Ruben did mention that. Yes, please.
He sends an ensign with you, a little gold shirt, small petite femme, sort of bob cut. Right this way, Doctor.
Thank you.
And you make your way to sick bay. Ruben, you are currently in the ready room with Sylvan, who has got quiet and is glaring daggers at you.
Out of habit, Ruben will grab 2 glasses out of the replicator, not even breaking sentence to offer a drink.
At least this is something we can agree on.
I suppose, on account of our curmudgeonliness.
Would you mind if I use your console? I just need to make sure that we haven't received any other messages from home. We've been away for a little bit. We just need to connect to the mainframe.
By all means. Speaking of messages, have you received anything interesting lately?
No, we haven't. We've been a little bit out of communications range. And Savan reaches up to one of the consoles, types on it a little bit.
Can I pretty surreptitiously just make sure everything is above board? Like, I'm not saying I don't trust Savan, but I also
absolutely
don't trust Savan not to hack my computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just sort of look over. If you want to watch me, I don't give 2 shits.
No, I'm just curious. Maybe you did receive a message.
That there is in fact a message. What the heck? I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. What? Savon's gonna look at the message a little closer. There is a flash on the console. It glitches for a second. And then the screen goes black and smoke comes out of the back of it.
Jesus.
I didn't do anything.
No, I
Your GM
believe
rolled a
you.
20.
Something. I believe you. Something weird is going on with the systems today. Space station, station too.
There was a message, and looks like there was a line of code.
Don't tell me you ran the code.
Of course, I ran the code.
Oh my god! At least you could have waited till you had gotten an isolated system. I'm gonna go and check. Does my comm badge still work?
It does not.
Oh god! You just knocked out communications on this chip too. Well, thankfully, we had a buoy making sure that no one relaying a message that no one docks. So that should still be up.
Yes, Sovek took care of that, sent out a communications buoy to let, basically like a roadside flare to let folks know to stay in a holding pattern, steer clear, full stop if you have to. It's independent of the ship or the station systems.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now we have to deal with no communications again. Seems some old ghosts are coming up again recently.
Oh, ghosts. Should we talk? Like, there's a lot going around. Listen, have you heard from Nara?
Actually, I have. That's the reason, part of the reason why I came here to meet Tix and Nilani.
I've been looking. Well, Taru and I have been looking. We might have ruffled some feathers trying to find her. That's one of the reasons why we decided to make beeline for Federation space.
I know I haven't always been the most welcoming, but or accommodating. I would love to help if I can.
Could you help us?
Happily. You got a good kid, by the way.
Yeah, he's great, isn't he?
He is. Although I would have assumed anyone raised by you would have been the next greatest engineer in Starfleet.
He's okay at it. His aptitude's more for flying.
I saw.
Savon, so Taru's more like the nurturing Mother Goose type. I just bonded with the kid. I tried to put him in front of an engine manifold. He's actually pretty good with his hands when he sets his mind to it. But he's better on the stick.
Yeah.
Did he beat that the high score in the holodeck yet?
He did, actually.
That's my boy.
That was interesting. He beat it in front of Nilani, if you can believe that.
In front of Nilani?
I know, it was quite the thing to watch.
You see,
Yeah.
like, the face brightens when you talk about Uthru, like, and then, like, for a second, like, Savon catches herself, and just like, it's like, I hate this person. I have to hate this person, and then softens.
I'm sorry. I could have done more, but
Uh, you had a choice to make, and you chose to save your career, and I chose to destroy mine.
well, it's not like I wasn't trying to, right?
I
I mean,
know.
I'm sure they won't tell you, but
Some of us try to work in the system, and some of us feel that it's best to work outside the system.
well, I mean, I think you'd be proud of how many reprimands I've gotten now from other admirals. No, but I
Maybe
think
one day I'll look up your record. Takes a drink. All right. I'll fill you in on everything that we know so far. But I'm gonna wait for Taru to get back.
let's hope they round up that person on the station quick. Then we can all sit down together. Meanwhile, I'm just going to give a quick order to fix our comm systems.
You hear the door slides open. Engineering teams are working on replacing or fixing our comm systems, sir. Looks like there was some sort of malfunction, and Sovek looks at the burning terminal. It seems you've
Yeah, you
pinpointed
may
the
as well.
cause.
You may as well go ahead and run a full computer scan as well. Make sure there's nothing lingering in the system.
We'll check and make sure. Aye, sir. And Sovek gets back to work. Taru, you make your way back towards sick bay. The doors slide open, and greeted by Dr. Savarin, the physician on duty.
Oh, hello. Can I help you with something?
Yes, I'm here to see Ambassador Dr. Tixeltix. My understanding is he is here.
Do I as Dr. Wren know Dr. Taru?
You would know Dr. Taru probably by reputation, unless Taru wants to kibosh that.
Yeah. No, I feel like I was in Starfleet for a while. I imagine working with Tix, she's her name's definitely been dropped. You know what I mean? At least in stories. And Taru will kind of like I apologize. My manners. I am Dr. Taru. I'm an old friend.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm Dr. Wren. It's a pleasure to meet you. I will just make sure that he's all right. And Dr. Wren will check if Tix is conscious or has decided to do a little nippy naps or what else.
I think Tix is just doing this, just like rotating his shoulder. Just like, because the wound is sealed and everything, and he's just been kind of like laying down, but now he's up and just moving around.
Doctor, you told me last time that we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, well, this is a different situation. I can't be down for too long.
Well, then perhaps you would like to sit up. Dr. Taru is here.
Taru's here?
Mm-hmm.
Is this now,
Mhm.
Dr. Wren? This is not one of your little pranks that you do in the office, is it?
So Dr. Wren, if everyone remembers, is Zahian. When she smiles, it's like little shark teeth when she smiles, and then she like turns around and walks away to be like,
Right, Doctor.
He's ready for you.
Thank you. And Taru will walk to the open door. Are you ready for a walk?
Taru, I think he's gonna go in for a hug.
She will embrace him back. I imagine that this is not uncommon for the two of them.
Yeah.
I heard that you were attacked. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to Dr. Red. Yeah.
You know, diplomacy works best if you're on the handle side of the knife. You know this, yes?
Oh, don't worry. I did get the changeling back. I just like laps over and shows the disruptor gun.
She raises a brow at that. A little less. No, she'll raise a brow and just kind of like shrug. And
Look, I learned my lesson from last time.
Right. I'm about to head to the space station to make contact with Nolani. It seems that the space station has lost power and communications seem disrupted. I would hope that you would join me in case that there was any medical assistance needed.
Yeah, that would be good. I just needed to be patched up. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. She will turn on her heel and see Dr. Wren. Dr. Wren, how are you acclimating to, how long have you been here? I guess I should ask. You look about my son's age.
I've been here. I think, like, for a moment, that's like, wait, does Dr. Wren know that they're related? Is that on like a medical record? Because it's through.
So Taru doesn't have the surname.
Okay.
So, and it's Savon's surname. So I'm fine either way.
Okay. I don't think that Dr. Wren will know. Well, I've been here for just a little bit, but most of my time I've actually been with Dr. Tick's residency, But it's good.
My protege, if you would say.
Passing down a legacy, perhaps.
Look, I haven't been in the medical field for a while. I gotta pass down that knowledge to someone, especially since I've been just behind a desk and in front of councils and oh god, don't even get me started.
We will be disembarking to the space station, Dr. Wren. It was wonderful to meet you.
It's lovely meeting you. I leave the doctor in your very capable hands, obviously. Do come back if anything happens, Doctor.
Just both doctors nod.
All of the doctors, 3 doctors.
Doctor.
As we're like stepping out into the hall, Taru kind of following Tix's lead to wherever we need to disembark for the station. We'll briefly mention, I should tell you, Savon is with me. She has almost mastered the recipe that you shared with her.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Is it the simmering? The simmering is the trickiest bit.
I have tried to pay attention to the chemistry that she has performed, but I didn't want to take away the magic.
You can't take away the magic. The magic is the best part.
Yes. She's meeting with Ruben.
Oh, God. You left them alone?
We can't continue on like this. And there was nothing for it. It's not like either one of them would listen.
They are our 2 most stubborn friends.
But friends nonetheless.
Let's. I'm sure Nalani would love to see you.
The feeling would be mutual. It's good to see you as well, though I wish it were under a better circumstance.
Yeah, it seems like we can't get away from exciting adventures, can we?
No, it seems not.
And as the two of you disembark the Antioch, heading into the space station, you can see that there are security teams that are crossing in the hallways, checking, scouring spots. Civilians are beginning to sort of like find, like, hide in habitation zones or shelter in place as Starfleet undergoes operations. And with that, we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to take about a 5-minute break. Everybody go rest, take a hydrate, be human for a little bit, and we will be back very soon. See you in 2 seconds. Bye. All right. We are clear. And we're back. Hello. Welcome back to our second half of tonight's episode. Star Trek Adventures: The Lost Frontier. This episode is titled The Shift. So Taru and Tix, you make your way through the station. Eventually, a security detail does meet up with you, recognizing you, Admiral, Ambassador, and not wanting you to be unaccompanied through the station.
I just look to Taru. It has its perks.
And before you make your way into the Admiral's office, they do an additional blood screening because they did not see the.
Yeah, like, is there like a way to like show that we've already been tested, or
Unfortunately, you'll have to go through it twice.
That's fine.
Because a changeling can adjust their visage to anything, even if there's like a mark. They'll just make.
It's a little
mark.
blood between friends.
They check. All right, you're both clear. The Admiral will see you. The doors open, and you see Nalani.
Admiral Nalani, look who I found.
Doctor, it's been a while.
It has. How are you? How have you been?
You know, I would have said good up until about half an hour ago, but it's fine. Like we will sort this out. Obviously, I would have loved to greet you in more hospitable terms, but things are taking a bit more of a turn. How are you, Ambassador?
Better. I am better.
Perhaps we could do away with the titles for now, since we are just amongst friends.
Right. Sounds good. Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Wasn't expecting to be here, or I would have sent a message ahead. Savan and I, we're on a bit of a journey, so to speak. Perhaps we can discuss it more at length. However, I'm here to assist with the space station if needed. Is there, have we determined a reason for the power outage?
Have we managed to reroute everything to sort of figure out where the source was, etc.?
Let me find out. Fixation. It looks like when they went to scan the anomaly in the nebula, something went haywire with the computer systems. Perhaps an implanted signal cut through the computer systems. They're able to determine that it looks like. Actually, you know what? Make me a insight security check, Admiral.
Righty. Insight security. That's Saba.
Also, hi Raiders, welcome in, and also welcome into the Raiders that we had earlier this evening. If you're still around from It's Probably Okay and Murder Hobos and Chocobros, it's good to see you.
That is 2 successes.
Okay, and the space station does assist you with a few more. There was a signal that was intercut with the appearance of the anomaly, something overlaid with whatever it is that showed up in the Typhon Expanse.
Would it be possible for me to see the signal?
Absolutely, we can relay the data to you.
Thank you.
Can we have that isolated? I'll help too. I'm a bit curious whether or not we only have a piece of the puzzle.
If you like, you can ask. I would say that there is floating momentum, so you could ask any questions you want of the GM, and I will answer honestly. I'd say that you get 2 questions for the roll.
Okay.
So I think that Nalani would have filled in Taru because of the very gross assumption that they have a piece of code and a piece of poem.
Mm-hmm.
Nilani would have shown some of the decoded info, like what they have collected, what Nilani has collected, and potentially proposed whether or not they could have a look at seeing if there was a connection between the code that we have and the overlay of the that they caught during the reading.
There are some commonalities between the two. And the encryption on the it still looks incomplete.
I was wondering, Doctor, if you've had any strange messages.
No, not that I'm aware of. But I've been out of range of communications for some amount of time. It's possible that something has come through without my knowledge. This encryption, though, I'm curious. One of my focuses is data analysis, and which has only grown, right, since our first interaction with Nara, and trying to like read between the lines on a lot of this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I would like to try and like check the message, if that makes sense, try to see if there's any like source information embedded in it, some sort of tie back to an originator, whether it's the software that generated it or if there's like a signature of some kind.
Reason science. Go ahead, AJ.
I was gonna suggest, like, is there any way that, like, because of your data analysis background and focus, is it possible that you can try to predict what the last bit of code is?
Where this is the first time Taru's looked at it, that's kind of where I was going to go, right? This is the first time she's looking at it. So I think right now it's just like, where did this come from? Whose data is this? Like, can we ascertain
a source?
Yeah, like trying to figure out like where this would have originated, right? Is this the
going
same kind of
backwards
data?
and then forward?
Yeah, doing some forensics before, because then if she can understand the code and the language it's in using the linguistics focus that she has, perhaps then she can, like start to like use the language the other way.
So I'll let you know what everybody else already knows because it was established last episode.
Awesome.
The poem itself is just a message. That's all it is.
Mhm.
But the line of code at the bottom almost looks like it's a cipher, and there are several pieces to it that seem to interconnect like some sort of puzzle, but it's incomplete.
Gotcha. And remind me, focuses make it so there's like a success is a two, or
focuses make it so that any success up to your what's it called, department,
Discipline?
your discipline, any success up to your and including your discipline number count as 2 successes.
Okay, got it. And I roll 2d20s, right?
2d20s,
Not
yes.
making that up. Excellent.
Can I make sure that this is all happening in like an extra secure manner because of the Section 1 situation? So
you certainly can. I will ask you, Nilani, to make me a let me just grab that.
Wondering if there's any way for me to help because I'm just like,
absolutely.
I'll just say really quick, I rolled 2 3s and my discipline's at 5. So I'm pretty sure that's 4 successes.
That is control security from you, Nilani, to make sure that the room is secure, there's no listening devices, etc.
Amazing. And espionage can be used as a focus?
It surely can.
3 successes for me.
3 successes. So this difficulty was 2, so 3 successes would give you a floating point of momentum.
Just so that's keeping transparent with you both, I am just making sure that the work that we do here is secure and private. I may also be potentially dealing with an individual from our past.
Do you care to share the particulars of that, or would you prefer to keep it secret for now?
I think that it is relevant for the people in this room to remember Idris. I received a message from Idris not long after everything occurred to a poem. No code, but I have concerns that that not everything is as secure as I would have preferred it to be.
We as the audience, as the players, know that it was the same exact poem that
It was yes.
Sivan and Taru received,
So
but just didn't have the code.
The poem that Nalani received was the poem was the third line of the poem that Nalani had been sent previously. So the first stanza was sent to Nalani with the code, and then from the section 31 trace back, it was the third line with no
of
code.
that same poem.
Of that same poem. The idea
idea that
is
they saw the communication.
The idea is that Idris has, 1, seen the communication, and 2, is now 2 steps ahead.
Taru's gonna add, like, she remembers an unpleasant man, to be sure, as she continues to try and decode this.
Didn't I punch him?
Did you punch him?
I thought it was a spear tackle.
The punch came from it was our security officer at the time, was Dovum.
It was punch Dovum, and then
I think it was spear from Nalani.
That's right.
Oh, I thought Tix did something.
Or was it Tix?
I thought it was Tix. Sure. I think it was Tix.
It was like the first physical thing that Tix has ever done.
Yeah.
I think Tix made the pun, and then Ruben got there on the scene and then beat the shit out of him.
I think that's exactly what happened, yeah.
Spear tackled him. I remember very vividly.
Yeah, there was a spear, I believe. And last you heard, he was in some sort of Starfleet security black site.
What comes of Taru's analysis?
What was the successes again? It was 3?
I got 4
successes.
So I rolled 2 3s, and my discipline's at 5.
That's right. The difficulty of this was in fact 4.
Nice.
The code does look very similar in structure to some of the code that you have previously analyzed from Nara.
That was my hunch.
It is incomplete. It does look like a cipher. There are more parts to it. So you can't quite see the full picture yet. But you do have 3 individual sections of code.
Taru is not like we'll turn and look at the others. I would like to make a recommendation that we perhaps return to the Antioch with this information and convene there. Nalani, if your concern is valid, I believe that the Antioch might offer us a more secure place to meet, at least to discuss in private. For the time being.
Unfortunately, that is exactly what I was thinking. I have someone that can help sort everything out here for now, at least, while we head over to the Antioch.
Excellent.
The ops station will see you out. There will be a little bit of a security detail following key personnel, including the admiral. But you do make your way back to the Antioch and reconvene. At this point, Ruben and Savan, I think, are probably halfway through that bottle.
Oh yeah, I think at this point, Arthur has completely forgotten he's still on duty. They are sauced.
Listen, this is why I just, after a certain point, it was just too long to call, and I felt awkward about it, and
I mean, last time I wanted to reach out when, what was it, Halloween, I think.
Halloween!
Yeah, when I sent that
When we
message.
dressed up!
Oh, I do remember. Hey, have they fixed the communications yet?
The doors slide open, and Tix, Taru, and Nalani come in through.
Oh, it's everyone. It's the friends. Hello, friends.
Hi, friends.
True.
Hi,
Well,
wife.
Take note and turn and look at Tix and go, see? They worked it out on their own.
We were talking about Halloween.
Oh, you love Halloween, dear.
I do. Could dress up like anything. I was an angel.
Halloween was fun on my home planet. Very, very scary. Yeah. Older version of Halloween.
We carved a turnip.
True's going to
Good work, everyone.
and just like very patient, like, okay. And like kind of bask in the like just like old times vibes of the room right now. With all of us together like in this room before turning to make sure that the door is closed and it's just us.
It is.
Tix takes out his own is it
Hypo.
Do you want a hypo spray to get rid of the alcohol?
Yeah, just like
I'll secure the. I'll see. Wait, is there only one panel and that's just gone?
It's exploded.
There is a small engineering team that have just replaced a panel, and they head out of the room.
Okay. While this is happening, I'll help like do a security run through Nalani
nice.
style.
It's so nice to have engineering teams to fix things that I blow up.
You
Or
didn't
that
blow
get
it up
blown
this
up at
time.
me.
It was me.
I know. More often things get blown up at me
True, I
now.
did it
Oh my
bad.
god.
okay, Savan, look at me. Come on,
Yeah,
look at
hi.
me.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Back in it.
No hypo
Ruben.
spray.
Ruben.
This is the finest. This isn't Synthal Hall. No. Oh god. Headache.
It's better. All right. We're back in it. Okay. There was a message from home. I only got a quick look at it, but I'm gonna see if I can pull it up again. It was a
Or
poem.
perhaps-
It was real weird. It was a poem on a line of code, and I tried to analyze it, and then the whole thing went.
If you could provide me the line of code, my love, I believe that I can make use of it.
Well, let me
I
see
believe
if I
that's
can.
exactly what we're missing.
Let me see if I can.
Let me transfer mine as well.
Oh, they've.
Oh,
I think
thought
Nalani
Nala-
has everything.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
Nalani
okay.
has all of ours.
I've got them all here. It's all right.
Dang, you were quick.
We gave it to them.
Yeah, I didn't think you copied it.
As
It's just like-
Savannah's- oh, go for it.
Like points to the security, like the intelligence admiral kind of logo.
Badge like taps it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your GM has spent 2 points of threat to make something true. As Sivan opens up the console, searches the panel. It's
I have an admiral focus where one, I have like backup plans and well informed as talent, and then
okay.
as an admiral, I can make everyone have the focused technical expertise or calm under pressure.
Ooh.
I think I'll use technical expertise because this is more tech heavy.
Sivan goes to pull up the message, and the poem is still there, but the code is gone. Your GM has just spent 2 points of threat to make something true for this scene.
Is the truth that the code got deleted?
It's not here. I saw some of it, though. I could probably... I'd need some time to focus, but I could probably remember it. But the code's gone. It was right there at the bottom.
Yeah, no, I remember.
It was like 3, 6, 8. It was a 9 or was it a 2?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was a 2. God, why did we get drunk right after we needed to memorize a bunch of numbers?
Sometimes it helps me focus.
I feel like we just say that.
Can we identify how it got removed?
Yeah. Here. Do you want to make me a roll?
Yes, please.
Make me a lovely insight security roll.
Is this a communications focus
Absolutely,
or a espionage focus?
This is both would apply, in fact.
Okay, control and security, you said?
Yeah. And you can be assisted by the Antiox computers. Let me...
Their computer stat is 10.
I have 3 successes.
With a 7 from the ship, that's 4. Which difficulty was 4. You will be successful. It looks like when the computer fizzled, that piece of code was surgically removed. But you might have a line on a trace to where it went.
Okay. If that's the case, Taru, do you want to try to decrypt what we already have? Or do we want to try to chase this intentional removal? Captain, you should also. Surgical removal is intentional, right?
It was very
Certainly.
intentional.
I can authorize us to use some of our more advanced facilities if you think that might help. We have some pretty good research and science stations aboard.
I will be honest with you all in this moment. While it is just us, understanding that what I tell you, some of you have obligations to report. I trust your discretion in this. But I believe that this code is coming from Nara, or at least something Nara has been near. The data it appears to be in similar structure to her code. As that is the case, I am hesitant to rely on Starfleet's intact facilities, given the fact that my previous research, which would be incredibly helpful in this moment, was commandeered.
Starfleet has been changing, but it's not so far gone. I am proud to say that I think at this point the repeal has been lifted, correct? The ban?
The synth ban has been lifted, yes.
I would like to say that I am very proud of Starfleet for recognizing their error in that area. And I don't think that you would be.
Took a lot of convincing.
Yes, it did.
I appreciate your optimism, Ruben. However, you'll forgive me if I remain pessimistic as my research is still under lock and key. Information that would be vital in this moment.
I understand.
How much direct access does Nalani have to Taru's? Because I don't have full access,
You
but
don't
I
have
have
full
some.
access. There are key points that are still even higher clearance than yours, and you've got pretty high clearance. But you do have most of the temporal research, but a few key pieces of data regarding Nara themselves is most notably absent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as you're all having this communication, there's a chirp on Ruben's comm badge.
Oh, they got comms back up. Captain Ruben.
Captain, looks like we've reestablished communications, and also if you could let the Admiral know that the station has also reestablished communications, and most of the emergency lighting has come back online. Life
Excellent.
support restored. The computer core is still a little bit hazy. Reports are coming in from the station. Situation's still not quite nominal.
We are dealing with a bit of a computing issue here on our own. Wondering, can you double check and make sure there isn't just an extra partition somewhere on the hard drive real fast? Our computer core.
Can do. We'll do a quick scan.
Thank you.
Would my line chasing assist in any way to this?
Absolutely.
Just trying to see if maybe that there's some extra information that's been snuck aboard. This isn't my first time with a ship being hijacked from code.
This is going to be a difficulty 3 roll.
Mm. And what does momentum mean?
So when we have momentum, you can spend it to buy an extra die. You can also spend it after a successful roll to make something true in the scene, to create an advantage or remove a complication.
I may, if I may, team, use momentum to buy a die for this one.
Absolutely, you may.
That is a 1, and that is a 4, and that is a 10.
Hell yeah.
Espionage, security 4, so 5.
5. Okay. That is successful. What exactly did you need to know? What you were searching for?
So I knew that the data was spliced out.
Spliced out. You are able to track the location to a console where it was spliced. It looks like someone had rerouted power through communication systems on the station just long enough and bypassed them just long enough to sneak that data through an access point from the ship to someone on the station.
Okay, I'll relay that message both to Ruben and sort of the second in command at the station, just to make sure we've got security eyes on there.
Yeah, that's Commander. Let me think of a name.
Sovek.
Sovek is the first officer on the Antioch, but the commander in charge of the station currently is Commander Govi.
Govi.
Govi. And Govi says, Admiral, we're looking into that incursion. We've got people on it.
Thank you.
Antioch, would you be able to check your ship's sensors real quick?
No.
Sure. I'll go over and give the order to do a sensor sweep.
Okay.
We have advanced sensor suites.
Absolutely, which makes this difficulty 4 roll down to a difficulty 3. Would you like me to roll?
What should I roll?
This is a this is an insight security. And the ship's computers can help. It's assisted by the ship's
Sensors.
sensors and computers, or sensors and security, which is a 12.
Okay. So these are my dice. One of those is a 20.
Oof.
So that's great. That's not ideal. The other
Okay.
one was a success.
So that is 1 success. Your ship rolled a 2, so that's 2 successes. The difficulty was 3. You can choose to succeed at a cost
I think,
if you like.
is it worth it to use my determination now to reroll that 20?
So you don't actually get a reroll with determination. You get an additional die that is already rolled a 1.
I see.
So you get an additional 2 successes. The 20 would stay unless you make the DC and then spend momentum to remove a complication.
Do we have any momentum left? in
We
the
have
got
pool?
3.
We got actually
Could
2
I
in the
use
pool,
that?
Sorry.
Could I use that 2 momentum to remove that complication?
Absolutely, you could.
All right. We still need another success, correct?
Yes, if you want to spend that determination to get the 2 rolls, that'll give you 3 successes, which is what you needed.
Or we could buy an extra D20 with threat.
Bold.
Me live your best life.
I would like to buy 1 threat to buy an additional D20.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go.
We back in it, baby.
That's a success.
This is the
Hell
second,
yeah.
this
So
is
you're
the second
successful.
episode.
It's
I love
1
it.
threat.
I love it, and I'm going to spend that threat
Look.
immediately.
No.
Oh, no.
It's
Sir, we picked up a
backfired.
transporter signal. It's gone somewhere off the station.
Somewhere.
Can we track it?
You're able to track it off the starboard bow of the Antioch,
It's on the outside of the ship.
outside in space. There
So they
is-
Can we-
just
they transported to somewhere outside in space. And it's at that moment
just free floating.
somewhere on you're just off the horizon of the ship, there's a small shimmer of a cloaked vessel that begins to pull away at impulse.
Do we have a tractor beam on this ship?
But we're
We
gonna have to get
do.
to that
No!
next time.
No! Tractor beam!
A cloaked ship has taken something off of Starbase 5. And that's where we're going to end
hold
tonight's
on.
episode. So we're going to go through our outros. We're going to say who we are, where we can be found. And if you like, one thing that I've started to implement in all my games is you do like a little sort of post-credit scene for your character. And what kind of... and then, yeah, that's the thing. You do a little post-credit scene for your character, then you say who you are, where you can be found. We'll start in reverse order with AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. I am a video editor, variety streamer, stream technician, TTRPG performer, transcriber. I do a lot of things. You can find me on the first Tuesday of every month over on Misty Mountain Legends, where I play Dol Fitzgerald, your cool bro cleric. Halfling. I just blanked on what I'm saying because I'm not reading off a script. And then on Thursdays you can find me over on G Game Nights, doing elegance and vigilance. Vigilance. I know words. Vigilance, where I play Virgil Aloro, who is also the Golden Griffin, and it is a good society game mashed with D&D that is DM'd by the lovely Sid.
We love Sid.
We love one whole Sid. Yeah. We're supposed to be going to a party. It's gonna be a fun time. Also, you can catch me over on a Fluffy Goomba this Sunday for continuing and finishing up Death of Sonic the Hedgehog. I get to voice Shadow and Knuckles. It's a great time. It's a good time. So what can we do?
And you can choose if you want to do Tix or if you want to do your new character. You can choose either.
Yeah, I don't know. There's Tix was just kind of there for this part because everyone was hacking and Tix is not a hacker. So let him at the person. He'll give him a stern talking to. But I think we go over to Lower Deck 8, where we see Uthru just kind of put down his stuff, go on to the bed and just like fully scream into the pillow of just frustration of like they embarrass themselves in front of someone that was really nice to them and like was really attractive and just made a fool of himself, and then his moms came onto the ship and embarrassed him more, and he's just screaming into a pillow and probably looks up and sees his bunkmate.
Your bunkmate is looking down. Short, who is a Cation, so fluffy cat, looks down. Sorry, a black and white tuxedo. You good?
This is probably the worst first impression of a day in my whole life. I've never been on a ship, and this is going to be the worst going down in history of first impressions. Just absolutely horrible. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I think that it's okay to be stressed out. Do you need something to eat? Are you hungry? Have you had
just
something
like
to drink? Do you just
need
a nap?
Just like digs into his duffel bag, has like just this bag of like it's just the first thing that came into my mind. It's Cookie Crisp. just like lifts it up. Want some?
I can't have the chocolate that's in it, but it's okay. You can have it. But like, listen, whenever I have a real bad day, I usually have a nap about it. Sometimes I'm just tired.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna be okay. I'm short.
Uthru.
Cool.
And that's the scene.
And next, Taru or Sarah.
Oh, I thought it was Nalani.
Sorry, Nalani. You're right. I'll write in order.
We're good.
No, we're good. G'day everyone. Thank you for having me. Thanks to this wonderful crew. We are fabulous and the game was extra fun. I am Wasa, all pronouns, and I played Admiral Milani and Dr. Ren, all pronouns as well. You can find me on Twitter under Wasabotte, and I do freelance writing and dipping my toes in some little bit of game design as well. Thanks for having me. I believe that Nilani would have been kind of the eyes, like going to Ruben, going to the comms, hearing everything happening and working it all out in their head. Like Starboard, you said, is that like visible from the main view screen of where I think Nilani would have like actually like stepped out to look directly to see the ship.
You would have seen that shimmer as it begins to move away.
Mm-hmm. And looked back to the captain and been like, if you have anything to stop the ship, this is prime time. I don't know if that's for the next scene, but that would be probably when Nilani would go in. And for Dr. Ren, they would probably be putting away the like most of the other tools that they were using for ticks and such. They would also probably be screening anyone that had come in as like security details and double checking things, etc.
Sounds good. The Antioch is at your disposal, Admiral. Sarah. Now, actually, for real this time.
Hi, I'm Osiris Franco, and I played True. Our pronouns are both she, her. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all the places at Osiris Franco. I'm going to be doing more TTRPG stuff on Tuesday over at the Nation of Joe's channel, where we're playing The Power Beyond. I play another mom. She's a dragonborn fighter, and she is the sweetest girl in the world. So if you want to see a different vibe, come check that out. I'd love to see you there. For Taru's post-credit scene, I think it would be like a night scene, maybe during the travel between the outer rims of space and the space station, almost like a flashback of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Sivan is sleeping, and Taru is up in the bathroom, splashing cold water on her face and breathing heavy as she looks up in a mirror, and is clearly upset, seemingly woken up from a nightmare of sorts. And as she kind of looks up, there's a flash where she sees Harlow in the mirror, and she kind of like jolts back a little bit and is a bit scared in that moment, before reaching up and touching her prosthetic eye and then closing her eyes and then opening them again. We're going to fix this. And then it would fade out.
And last but not least, Malam.
I think I have two options, huh?
Yeah, we could do both. We could still tease. We can still tease the secondary if you like.
Why don't we start with the secondary? Hearing something from the next bunk over, some conversation. An ensign puts on their coat over their uniform, a yellow uniform, and just goes about their business around the ship. Must be someone new.
You hear, ah! Listen, sometimes I just have a nap about it.
And then I think instead of it immediately being about Ruben in the moment post credits, I think it just goes into an image of something in the captain's quarters of this strange handwritten journal that has some very scratchy writing in it that is not very legible at the moment.
Awesome. And I guess that leaves me, huh?
Yeah, it does.
The camera turns back time again. Not far, just a few moments. A console says transfer complete. A hand pulls a data stick out. There's a small look from side to side. The changeling runs to the other end. Ready for transport. There's a shimmer as it moves to his ship. I've got it. The information you wanted. Done well? I take it. All right. Now the next phase can begin. Thank you for your service. There's a flash as the changeling is atomized. No loose ends. Take us out. Idris sits center chair. And hi, I'm Anita. You can find me everywhere at Panita or at Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. You can find me for the next 2 Thursdays over on the Cybernation Uncensored channel for Flight Beyond the Veil, which is a Star Trek Adventures campaign that we're in our last couple episodes. We gotta fight God. It's a whole thing. I sassed him real good last episode. And Saturdays you can also find me for Morning Ritual. So show up tomorrow because it's our 100th episode. And we're gonna have a whole retrospective. It's gonna be cool and stuff. We're gonna chat, and Roy and I are just gonna have like a chill morning because it's been stressful and we need it. And 100 whole ass episodes is a big thing. And speaking of dungeons, of not Dungeons and Dragons, that's Nora's other podcast. But speaking of Morning Ritual, I just received confirmation while we were going live that we are going to be back at Gen Con for a 3rd year in a row. So if it's safe to do so, show up and come hang out with us as we chat TTRPGs and more. We're working on our guest list still, so more announcements to come. But we are back in ICC 101, 103, and you can find us on Gen Con's events list. Also on Sundays, you can find me on Pluto Cleric's channel for a Starfinder game called The Weird Frontier, which is there's just a lot of frontiers about. And also, now I can announce this too, because I've seen the promo image for it. It's real, it's happening. I'll be over on Modifius's channel every Tuesday, starting on the 18th, where we have our live session 0. We're going to be playing a Star Trek Adventures campaign set on Narendra Station, which is one of their settings. It's Starbase 365. It's part of their whole Shackleton Expanse setting guide. And I don't know what I'm playing yet, but I have a good idea. Fingers crossed it goes well. But yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of Star Trek. It's kind of becoming my signature system. If you also are a fan of the Streampunks, Clear Skies, and that sort of deal, they are for their coffee subscribers for their 2nd tier and up, I believe. I think it's their companion tier and up. There is a Discord game that I perform in with Sam Delev, and the Noir Enigma does, Noir, my love, does a fantastic job GMing for us. So it's just me, Noir, and 2 players playing a little Star Trek Adventures game once a month at the end of the month. If you want, it's the last Tuesday of every month, and it helps support streamers that are doing. Hi, Eric. Speaking of, there's Eric in chat, and does such a good goddamn job. But yes, that's been our show, everybody. Until next time, trust no one. And we will see you again next week. Bye, everybody. Oh God, I can't believe Eric watches my show.
It only just